morning and welcome to your Pilates. Okay, so always get clearance from your doctor before embarking on any form of exercise, and remember to listen to your body. It is your best indicator of changes, as you know. If anything's changed since I last screened you, do need to contact me and let me know what's happening, okay? You will need your mats, loose comfortable clothing and water to remain hydrated. And it's not cold today, but it's always good to start with layers that you can take off rather than start off feeling cold in your body. That's never a good idea, is it? Because we need to mobilise and warm up in a different way, but we don't want to start off freezing. So, nice firm plant on the floor, shoulders up, down and back. I'm as tall as I can be. How do I know I'm in neutral spine? Because, again, let's just break it down slightly. We're not tilted forward, although after having my twins, I would put them on each hip and mums tend to get a bit hippy, so you tend to lean forward. I was leaning with them, sideways. So again, my posture before I taught was quite bad. I'd go slightly into forward flexion with the pelvis, which is my natural stance. So I have to be really careful when I'm totally relaxing that I don't go into that slight pelvic forward tilt, okay? So always remember neutral spine. Now what I did when I first started training, because I know I went into forward flexion, I did the opposite and went into extension. It was like a rod always across my back. So remember, when we say neutral spine, it's exactly that. Don't try and change it, okay? Transverse abdominal 30%, pelvic floor 30%, shoulders back. Now you are in neutral, so I know that when I'm in neutral, I won't naturally tilt forward. That's when I'm not thinking about it, okay? Shoulder rolls. How do those shoulders feel today? Do they feel relaxed, centered, ready for your day ahead? And reverse. So we're now just circling the opposite way. Nice deep breaths. Tune into your body. Arm swings. Have you got that nice firm stance on the floor? Two more. So just let the arms flow naturally. Well done. Now make sure your weight's even. Just go into rotation through the side of the foot, through the heel, back into the toe. Core is controlled, of course. Nice deep breaths. So, slight tightness in my back, nothing to complain about, just slightly tight. Two more. So this is a good way of just assessing the body. And reverse. So how many of you wake up in the morning and check your physical feelings? Okay, you might check your emotional feelings, as in, oh, I feel a bit flat today, I actually feel really good, or I slept really well, or I didn't sleep really well. The brain goes into chatter, chatter, chatter. Two more. The only way we physically normally check is pain, like, oh gosh, that's hurting still, or my knee doesn't feel right. Centering. Going into our first roll down. But it's a very good idea to just generally, before you get out of bed, cross our arms, just check. How's my neck? How are my shoulders? What does it need today? What does my body need? Does it need to rest a bit more? Have a bit of a downtime day? Or does it need to do a little bit more movement? Or just gentle stretching movement, or more physical loading movement. So everyone within this group knows by now what sort of movement the body needs. And actually, from a day to day, if you're working on the lives with me, it is very balanced. Last two. So again, just gently mobilising, lengthen here. Take it up, side. Breathe in to come back, exhale. Hands at the base of the spine, squeeze the shoulder blades, look down. Go into that roll down again, 3/4 of the way, maintaining core. Rotate those arms. And reverse. Restart. So, let's fully check range again before the hamstrings, back of the legs get too tight. So I'm there. That is my true range today. Not brilliant, but it doesn't bother me because I know my flexibility is good. It's just I'm not pushing through my hamstrings. I don't want to slightly pull anything. So I'm going to go into standing leg. So if you need the wall or a chair, please get that now or go to your wall. Shoulders are back, transverse 30%. I'm going to start with right leg standing, left leg out. On my out breath, 1. And hold. Rotate. And reverse. Side. So I've got my core set, supporting knees slightly bent, toe on knee. Rotate, reverse, straight back, coming up, whoop, I touched the door there, 3, 2, and hold. Change sides, I've just stepped forward slightly. Just holding. Feel that lengthening in the leg, rotate. Nice deep breaths. Woo. And reverse. Side. Toe on knee, 4, 3, 2, rotate, reverse, rotate, reverse, straight back, good, I've got enough room now, 4, well done. So, it isn't as cool today, so I don't need this on at the moment, so straight away, even with my Pilates, I don't need it. So, a little bit of a stretch, deep breath in, exhale up onto your toes if it feels good, deep breath in, exhale, lengthen here, rotate, breathe in to come back, exhale, rolling down, beautiful range. Restack. So I know that I've worked through my hamstrings, tendons, ligaments to make them pliable, and I've gently mobilised them and worked for flexibility, which is a good thing to do daily. Deep breath in again. Exhale. So the standing leg is brilliant. Deep breath in. Straighten the knees, restack. Shoulders up, down and back, tall as I can be, prayer hands, deep breath. Exhale, opening up bicep, tricep, chest back. 2 more. So just feel that lovely stretch, opening up, lengthening. And reverse. Deep breath in here, lengthen. Last one. Stick with prayer hands, rotate. Breathe in to come back. Now just lengthen here, take it up, side, drop the arm. Coming back, exhale. Place the hands at the base of your spine, squeeze the shoulder blades, look down. Into that roll down again. And reset. Coming right back tall as we can be. Quick drink of water, and then we're going to go into plank. So, to the edge of our mat, shoulders up, down and back, and as tall as I can be. Deep breath in, exhale, deep breath in, exhale, lengthen here, rotate. Breathe in to come back, exhale, rolling down into your base for your plank, resting the head either on the hands or your mat. Heels are dropped out, core is set, 10 breaths. Level 2, remember the weight will go straight into your elbows, so let's move the weight into the heel of the hand. Push that mat down, sit up tall. Any problems with carpal tunnel or wrist, turn the palms up so the weight's going through the arm. Tummy, 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 pelvic floor, 10 breaths. Elbows in, tabletop, I've gone 80% to me because that's how I like to work. Knees off. And then, if you choose, full plank. Well done. So we're going to plank swimming, so make sure you have enough room to lengthen. So just looking down at your mat, keep your foot on the mat as you lengthen on the floor. Exhale, lift, breathe in to return. Change. So keep your lengthening match both sides. Just looking down at the floor, so we'll do 10 from now. Full body stretch. Now, boomerang or base stretch times 3. So base stretch, we keep the feet on the mat and only come up as far as we can. Okay, going into scissor, side kick. So again, hips are stacked. We can have a cushion, of course, under the head to support us here. So it's quite nice if you have a neck problem because it just lifts up, just lifts the neck up so you're not having to drop it down here. Okay, roundest part of the hip level, the seated core is set. Top leg, bottom leg. Now remember, you can keep your bottom leg on the mat and just work with the top leg, or both legs lifted. Core is set for me. On your out breath, forward. Breathe in to come back. So 10 singles. You're moving the whole of the leg using tummy as well. Don't bend at the knee. So a slight flex, but don't bend. You see some people totally bending the knees. So we're breathing out one way, in to come back the other. Now go into scissor. Keeping that core. Really good one for challenging balance, coordination, motor fitness. Now I always bring a bit of strength work in, so if you want to, glue the toes, heels together, lift. So this goes deep into the oblique waistband. Again, if you don't want to do it, don't. Just drop the top leg forward and pat out your muscle. And hold. Well done. Pat out the muscle and onto our back. So just take heed of which side you've just done. And we're now going to go into base 100. So shoulders up, down and back, tall as I can be. Always work with one leg first, core set. So you can hold for 10, then change legs, or we can have both legs tabletop. I'm going to do what I normally do because I like the difference, I like the change. So 10 here, and then I'm going to do 10 dipped here. Okay? So just 80 today. So core set, off we go. I'm breathing out on my lift, in on return. So I'm now heading for 30. So I can feel it in my tummy mostly, just tiny little bit in my back, which is normal because I'm stabilising. 40. If it starts to load your back, either reassess your setup with feet on the mat and return to it. Or go down to one leg. I can definitely feel it in my legs now. Well done, last 20. Last 10. Hug those knees close and just give thanks for being able to be here today. Fit, well and healthy. Whatever else you have going off doesn't matter. We are healthy, and that's mainly the thing in our lives that is the most important. Add rotation for 5. And release. Full body stretch, lengthen stretch. Going into a one leg stretch. So set up for base 100, shoulders up, down and back. I'm as tall as I can be. Exhale, lengthening, breathe in to come back. 9 from now. Last 2. Well done, full body stretch. Okay, balancing, opposite side. So I'm going to work with my back to you, so you can just see alignment again. So we have hips stacked, roundest part level with the ceiling, core is set. Top leg, 10 singles. Doubles. Glute toes, heels, 10. Exhale on your lift. Feeling it here in the oblique. And hold. Drop the top leg forward, pat it out. Onto our tummy. So we have the marble just under our nose. Drop the heels out, relax the glute, the bottom, back. So all we're going to do is exhale, stretch, lengthen. Breathe in to come back. So 10 from now. Breathing out, in to return. Well done, full body stretch. Belly stretch or boomerang. Walk the hands forward, lengthen. Round out. Child pose, not compulsory. If you don't want to do it, do the shoulder stretch. Head to one side, hands to feet. Changing neck position. Quick drink of water and then boxed swimming. How are we doing so far? Good, good. Right, 4 points. Hands directly in line with shoulders, knees in line with hips. Exhale, dip, breathe in to return. No rocking in the pelvis. Exhale, dip, in to return. So, core set, flex the elbow 10 from now. So left and right is 1. Working the wrists, so again remember we need to keep those wrists strong. Last 2. So I don't know about you, but I can feel a gentle loading in my wrists, which is a good thing. Walk the hands forward, sit back. Round out, full cat. Child pose again, don't do it if it doesn't feel good. Head to one side, hands to feet. Nice deep breaths. Pushing up, change neck position. And coming round to a sitting, we are going to go into saw. So again, if you have your block, please get it. Or if you have your mat rolled up or a cushion, again, just get it. Remember with the saw, you can work it if your hip flexors are really tight. This is more beneficial than trying to sit extension when the pelvis just doesn't like it. So, shoulders up, down and back. I'm as tall as I can be. Transverse 30%. Arms wide. Keep your bottom on the mat. Remember to turn the hand on an out breath. Breathe in to come back. Eight from now. Exhale. So I'm on my last one. Centering, core set, elbows on the mat or towards the mat. Deep breath, forehead down and coming up. Soles of our feet together, hold mid-toe, bit of pressure on the inside of the knee. Sitting comfortably does not have to be cross-legged, so however you feel comfortable. So just going to stretch the oblique again that lives here, the waist. So we have a pane of glass in front, one behind, so we're not leaning forward. We're going to just try and stay in alignment here. Now, keep your bottom cheeks on the mat, because if you're stretching, it's not a true range. If you keep your bottom on the mat, it's a true range through the oblique. Just try it. Lift your bottom off the mat. Now do it without lifting your bottom off the mat. The stretch is isolated to the oblique. So, shoulders up, down and back on an out breath. Stretch. Breathe in to come back. Watch the arm. 8 from now. Just slow time. So the winter months are coming and we need to keep everything nice and pliable so that we don't rip or tear anything. Last one. Well done. Going into mermaid. So I will teach my level. So I do base level, 1, 2, base level. You can do whichever one you want to do. So we're doing 4 all together. So that can be your high 4 or your low 4. You choose. So core is set. Remember, we need a gap so that we can bend. So we feel that oblique again. So core is set, hand on heel. Exhale. Crossing over, core set. Lengthening stretch to finish. In the middle again, going into that oblique work. So tall as I can be, core set, lengthen. Breathe in to come back. 9 more. This is so important to keep this oblique pliable. So when we stretch into those cupboards on a cold morning or overstretch anywhere, we are liable to give a move with the lengthening rather than tear. So remember, everything is connected to everything else. So if your oblique's really tight, it could fall short in your shoulder and end up in a bit of a rotator cuff tear. Last one. Lengthen here, round to knee to back. Come up, tall as we can be, deep breath in. Exhale. Lengthen. Side, hold it. Coming up, deep breath in, lengthen, hold it. Hands at the base, squeeze the shoulders, look down. Opposite side, core is set. Nice lengthening, exhale. Breathe in to come back, thread. Again, crossing over. Coming into a box, walk the hands forward, lengthen back, weight into the heel of the hands, feel the stretch in the upper back, trapezius. Full cat again. Child pose. Again, not compulsory. Head to one side, hands to feet. Nice deep breaths. Changing neck position. Back into our box. Curl the toes in. Walk the hands back. Restack to a standing. How are we doing? Time is flying. Okie dokie. Why, as your teacher, do I always do a press up? Because they're so good for us, especially in our current day circumstances, time of living. So we don't load the body as much as we used to because we've made life extremely easy. Physically anyway. Okay. So we're just going to go into our press up. So you can do whichever one you want to do. Standing, boxed, intermediate, full plank. We're doing 10, so it's not that hard. So, to the edge of our mat, shoulders up, down and back, core set. Deep breath in. Let's bring in the hamstring. Exhale onto our toes. Deep breath in, exhale. Lengthen here, rotate. Breathe in to come back. Exhale. Arms wide into our roll down. Each little disc is a pearl. Taking it forward into whichever press up we are choosing. No mermaid. Walk the hands forward, heel of the hand, lengthen. Hold that, deep breaths. Round out, full cat. Release, curl the toes in, walk the hands back, and restack to a standing. So, just change each side of your mat, just to get a different view of the world today. Makes life more exciting. So, shoulders up, down and back. Deep breath in, exhale, deep breath in, lengthen. Here, rotate. Breathing in to come back, exhale. Arms wide, into our roll down. Forward, and 10. Walk the hands forward again, weighting the palm of the hand, consciously sit back, keeping the core. Lovely stretch through the arms, trapezius, upper back. Round out, full cat. Release, curl the toes in, walk the hands back, restack. So we've only got 2 more sets, including this one. So that will be 40 press-ups this morning. Not too many, shoulders back. Nice firm plank, deep breath in, exhale, deep breath in, exhale, lengthen. Spine moves in forward flexion, hyperextension, rotation. So once again, we are moving in our natural range. Again, that lovely lengthening stretch here. We're on our out breath, hold. Nice deep breaths. Round out, full cat. Release to neutral spine, curl the toes in, walk the hands back, and restack to a standing. How are we doing? So, very last press up. Shoulders up, down and back, I'm as tall as I can be. Deep breath in. Exhale, deep breath in, exhale. Lengthen here, rotate. Breathe in to come back. Exhale. Arms wide. Last one, try and stick with it. Off we go, last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Walk the hands forward, weight into the heel. Round out, full cat. Child pose again. If you don't like it, do the shoulder stretch again. Head to one side, hands to feet. Use the hands, change. Coming back, just to lengthen, 3 mermaid level 1. Breathe in to come back, 3. Changing sides with core control, core set. How are we doing? Fantastic. Okay, quick sip of water because we're alive. And even if we weren't live, we'd still have a sip of water because it is so very, very important. So, onto our backs with core control. Shoulders are up, down and back. I'm as tall as I can be. Transfers 30% perfect. Core set, shoulders relaxed back. Going into alternate knees. So a lot of the time I do the base one because I love the stretch. Today I feel like doing the harder one. So you choose, arms wide, controlled, exhale over. Use tummy waist back to pull back to midline. So it's all being controlled. Really use the centre. 8 from now. Really think about where you're feeling it. So I'm really making the centre muscles work. 4 more from now. Don't ask me why, well I know why, because obviously it's momentum, I'm just working and moving, but every time I do this one, I end up down the end of my mat. Hug the knees in, rock from side to side, deep quality breaths, 5 rotations, and reverse. Full body stretch, so you go into a full stretch and I will just quietly, so you don't notice, work my way back up my mat. See, you didn't notice, did you? Lengthen, stretch, visualise all the ligaments lengthening, each disc spacing, realigning. Knees over to your preferred side and just look the opposite way. Deep breaths. Transfer your knees. Okay, shoulders up, down and back. I'm as tall as I can be. Transverse abdominal 30%, going into shoulder bridge. So try not to use the thighs, peel. So you tilt, peel each disc off the mat. Stopping on the shoulders, never the neck. Exhale the arms over. Deep breath in. Again, visualise each individual disc, just slowly, slowly tracking back down. So we are going to repeat 7 from now. Make these your very best. Mind-body connection. Last one, please. Hug those knees in. How are we doing? Deep quality breaths, rock from side to side. 5 rotations, just massaging the back, looking after it, looking after our bodies, and reverse. Going into that full body stretch once again. Lengthening, stretching, realigning. Extending as far as you can. Now, knees over to your left, look to your right arm. 8 arm overs, watching it, lengthening, stretching. Really lovely rebalancing. Now with core control, transfer your knees. And repeat. 8. Last one. Now just come to your centre on your back, set up for base 100. Core is set. Both hands facing each other, shoulder width apart, more or less level with your shoulder. On your out breath, with your left hand, just touch the ceiling, the sky. Breathe in to come back, alternate, touch the ceiling. Keep the arms lengthened, don't bring them down. Alternate. Exhale, breathe in to come back. 7 from now. So this is just a lovely one to release the deltoid, shoulder. So just releasing, lengthening. So I'm breathing out, in on return. Last 3. Hands together, lengthen. Deep breath in, knees over, relax, deep breaths. Feel the stretch all around the centre. Transfer your knees. Shoulders round and onto our tummies. Boomerang or base stretch. 3. Hold. Into our box. Walking the hands forward. Weight into the heel of the hand. Lengthen. Full cat. Into child pose or stick with your shoulder stretch. Head to one side. Nice deep breaths. Change position. Back into our box. Curl the toes in. Restack and come into a standing for the last few minutes. Have a quick drink, please. Nice firm plant on the floor. Shoulders are up, down and back. Wow, my shoulders feel back in natural alignment. I'm not having to push them down. My arms feel longer, really long. Okay, but I have got a short body, so there you go. Deep breath in. Exhale up onto the toes. A deep breath in. Exhale. Lengthen. Ab rotation. Breathe in to come back. Exhale. Arms wide. Prayer hands. Deep breath in. Exhale, let go of any stress, tension. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. And reverse. Last one. Into prayer hands, rotate. 3 more. Lengthen here. Up. Exhale over. Hands at the base, squeeze the shoulders. Arm swings. 2 more. Centering, rotates through the foot. How does your body feel now at the end of the session? Do you feel more energized, looser, more range of movement? And reverse than when you did these at the very beginning. 2 more. And centering your weight. Going into your roll down, each little disc is a pearl. Any kinks, hinges are gone, range should have improved. Now just straighten the knees if it feels good, if it doesn't, don't. Back to neutrally, add a rotation. Breathe in to come back, exhale. Restart. Right back to each little disc in alignment. Good work, well done, did we enjoy that? So, let's just see what our little book has to say. What do you need to hear? What do you really need to hear today? We need to be the change we wish to see in the world. Wow, that to me actually is quite massive today. We wish to see the change we need to be the change we wish to see in the world. And actually, from a very small child, we either learn from fear or we learn from love. That's the two things in the whole world. And as an adult, you can either choose to learn from fear or learn from love. So what I mean by that is not horrible people coming into your life and scaring you. It's in our own minds. Our minds run on fear. So we have to sometimes go, no, I choose to see love instead of fear. You know, that's my mantra, those of you that have worked with me for a long while. And also, it's very hard. So we can be in a situation where things, people, everything's stressing us, and we need to go, no, I choose to learn from love. So whatever the life lesson is, I will choose to see it through love than get angry or see it through fear. Does that make sense? Another one, do small things with great love. So maybe, did anyone else need to hear that today? I think I did as well, because, you know, we can get carried away and get into woo, you know. And, you know, I just want to be as gracious as I can be and teach my children from my reactions that I just choose love rather than fear. And I think it's a good thing, don't you? So, good work.